Hello, fellow pickers and stuff lovers. We haven't seen you in a while. Sorry for the long pause, just stuff. We're going to try very hard tonight to actually film 2 videos in one night so that you'll have something else coming up soon. So we hope that you're doing super well and that you are picking up really interesting stuff that nobody knows about, and that you in your infinite wisdom go, aha, and pick up for a song. We thought this time around we'd show you what sold this weekend. That would be, so on Saturday. This is what we've sold so far this weekend. And I'll tell you a little bit about how the items were picked up, etc. At the same time, and in our next video as well. So, to begin, we have Mika, and that was $1. We don't usually pick up a lot of CDs and such, but this was sealed, and when it's not expensive, sometimes like this came out of a bulk buy. I think that we had bought something like $60 worth of CDs, and you know, we'll sell some for $5, we'll sell some for $15. It all works out in the end because they're so easy to store and ship and things like that. So there are little extras, and this went for $8.19, and that was free shipping. And then we sold these tiki torches. Oh my! We sold 2 of these, and we got $44.95 free shipping. No, not free shipping. Sorry about that. $44.95 plus shipping. They're new in the box. We picked those up at a sale this summer not that long ago for $5 each. So that was a great profit. That's, my husband saw those. He was like, oh yeah, I'm sure that's good. I'm going, tiki torches. Well, sure, if you're having a tiki party, or perhaps you just like it in the decor of your patio, and Lord knows with the pandemic, you know, we've been spending a bit more time at home on our patios, so that was a fun buy. Let me see, we sold a Nintendo 64 game for $19.99, and we paid $1 for it. That was a great buy. That was free shipping. It's in good condition. We're happy with that. And then, this was so much fun. So, there's a little privately owned thrift shop on one of our main streets here in Lachine. And it's very nicely run. It's not a chain, so we find that sometimes it has a little bit more variety, interesting things, and the prices are good. They've expanded on the same street, but in a much bigger building, and it's an old bank building and has a lot of character, and it was just so fun. This week they were doing their grand opening of the larger space. So I went on my lunch break on Friday, ran in there, we grabbed a bunch of stuff and brought that back home. And one of the things that my husband picked out was these wildlife cards. He was making a good point that during the pandemic, you know, maybe, and for teaching at home, homeschooling and that sort of thing, these might be very good teaching aids. And one way or the other, these sold, I'm going to tell you, for $34.95 plus shipping. they're just a good pickup. If you see anything like that, we recommend that you get them because they do okay. We spent $6 on those, and they sold pretty fast. There are definitely people who are looking for that sort of thing and are happy to collect it and use it. And then there was this vintage Braun alarm clock. And I think that you open it thus. So it looks like this. You've got the different time zones in the world, and you can call anybody at the wrong time by mixing it all up, you know. This was fun. My husband picked it up, I think, for $5? $10. $10. It went for $44.46 with free shipping. That's exactly the kind of stuff we like to sell, so that we can sell the other stuff that takes a little longer. This is something that didn't take that long to sell, made a really good profit, and while we're dealing with something like this, it's easy to ship, it's not big. The other stuff we really love to sell, like the vintage things, can sit around for a little longer if it needs to, and because we have that money coming in, so that makes sense. And then, of course, we have a Legend of Zelda game, and I'm going, it's Nintendo 64. Nintendo 64, and of course anything Zelda is usually, those are the games you want to get. Mario, Zelda, that sort of thing, but we got very lucky to find this one. That will be part of a haul I have to tell you more about some other time, but that was just, it was an amazing haul where basically my husband paid $100 for like 3 types of consoles, a bunch of all types of games. It was just so fun. Like, it's crazy though, because sometimes it feels a little bit like, when it's something fun and we've got plenty of it, we hit this abundance of things. I feel like, as much as I love selling jewelry, it's like little bits of jewelry. Ooh, you know, Nintendo 64 cartridges. Ooh, it's like little bits of jewelry, just going through it, seeing which one we got, you know. So then I do believe that this is, and we paid $1 for it. And so it sold for, I did not say, it sold for $47.95, free shipping. And this is why we love picking up that stuff. And now we have a Mega Man Battle Network 5 Double Team DS. So for the Nintendo DS. And we got $24.88 free shipping for this little gem, which makes me really happy. I love the idea that you get this little piece of plastic and that's worth 25 bucks. And of course we buy everything in Canadian dollars and we sell in US dollars. So we also do get that little bit of advantage of that money difference, which is probably about 25%, something like that. Oh yes. So the next thing I want to show you is this little lot of watch faces. So these are ladies' manual wind watch movements and parts. We sold this for $15. There isn't anything that is great in there. Probably, you know, the brands are like Zenith, blah, blah. It's nothing amazing. We kind of checked. But what is a lot of fun for me is that in a box about this big, there were lots of little plastic bags with things like watch faces, beads, Some of them looked like turquoise. It may have been fake stuff. I don't know. Some of them were like little crystals for watches. All sorts of things like that. The whole box cost me $5. So we're in profit, $10 on just these watch faces. So that's fun, because then, you know, I can part it out in different little bags and put up the watch crystals together and put up the other beads together. And it's so great sometimes to, it just validates once again that you don't always have to find the thing that's the best brand, that's gold, 14 karat, the whatever, but to find these little bits of opportunity. I'll always remember I was at that sale, I opened the box and I was like, this is so fun because I don't know how much it's worth. And so when I said, how much for this? The person said, $5. I thought, well, for that price, it's got to be worth more than $5. And then you just get to dig. Yes. Then we have these canisters. And the canisters are Dietmar Urbach. So the last name is Urbach. They're a coffee and sugar pair of canisters in porcelain. They were in pretty good condition, although they've got a few chips inside. We disclose that, of course. And I just love the style, which is Art Deco. It may not have been made in the 20s and 30s. There may be 40s or somewhere a little later, but that's the style anyways. And to differentiate, because I know sometimes Art Deco, Art Nouveau, they kind of follow each other in eras. You know, you have Art Nouveau that's more like 1900, 1910, a little bit before or after, and you have Art Deco, which is really in the 1920s, 30s. I think that it was actually, the term was coined in 1927, I think, at an exhibition that was like an art décoratif, exposition d'art décoratif or something like that, art decorative. So Art Nouveau, anytime you think of Art Nouveau, you've got to see something organic in it. It's natural shapes, so you'll see lots of curls and smoky designs and swirls, and you want to see those patterns in there. That's part of how you differentiate it. If you're thinking, oh, is this more like Art Deco or Art Nouveau? Art Deco, you're going to look for things that have a geometric design where lines are much more straight. They are clean and geometric and almost futuristic looking. So sometimes that's an easy way to just differentiate things on the fly. So we got these for about $5. We wanted to try them because I just think they're lovely, and we're like, there's a little money to be made. Let's see how those go. Well, they went for $20. So we didn't make a lot of money, but we made a little something, and we'll know what we're looking at the next time, approximately how much we would make. Of course, it's probably different depending on the maker and the condition. I went to this countryside garage sale this summer. My husband and I, we went there and we said, you know, it'll probably be worth it because it's just fun. So it's about a half hour from here, maybe 40 minutes. Got there early in the morning before anyone else. They were still setting up? Yes. Nobody had touched anything? No. So we just started digging in and found all kinds of things. And some of them we weren't too sure about at first, but we turned out to be right. So there'll be more to come about that. But one of the things that happened, and perhaps we'll even drop in a picture at any rate, one of the things that happened is that while I'm digging through stuff, my husband comes over at some point and says, in the ad, they had mentioned something about jewelry. So I said, okay, thank you. So before I got any further, I asked the woman who was running the sale, did you have jewelry also for sale? And so she went back in, she brought out a tub, and she said, I just don't want to leave it out, you know, but she's like, aha, yes, you want to see jewelry. Okay, that's fine. So she hands me this tub on a hot day. I'm thinking, oh, okay, where am I going to set this up? And she says, you could go and sit down on the stairs if you want. You'll probably need to. And I just thought it was cool that she trusted me with the tub. You know, she wasn't thinking, oh, maybe she'll put some in her purse or something. She's just like, here's the thing. And I see plastic Adirondack chairs in between her garage and her house in the shade. And I just thought, I said, do you mind if I go sit there? She's like, no, absolutely. Take the tub, go sit there. So there I was with a beautiful green field behind me, feeling the freedom of the summer, with a tub of costume jewelry in my lap, sitting in the shade. She even brought a little plastic table for me to set down the tub on. It was heaven. My husband hadn't seen any of this, and he passes by and he sees me sitting there with the tub in my lap and just started laughing. And she's kind of looking at us. My husband's like, this is so her, you know, and yes. So one thing that we sold this weekend from that wonderful haul is this Peacock Brooch. So this Peacock Brooch is signed. It's signed Dorlan, and that's spelled D''ORLAN, who was a designer, but you know, I mean, this is obviously not old, but it could be anywhere from the 80s to the 2000s. I don't know exactly. It's large, as you can see. It's very well done, and what I loved was that with this many gems, there's nothing missing. So I just had a quick look. That was the first thing I saw in the pile of jewelry, and I thought, well, I mean, it's large, it's pavé and enamel. Beautiful rhinestones, very brilliant. You know, we'll see. If she wants $5 or less, I'll take it. And I think it was like $3. And now, you know, certain designers don't bring in that much. I always thought that Dorlan, but it looks like his rhinestone pieces and maybe colorful pieces, some of them go for a bit more. I sold it today for $60. Which is astonishing to me because there are antique pieces of jewelry that are, you know, beautifully cut glass stones and crystal, and that don't make that much. So, hey, great. Somebody will be enjoying the beautiful Peacock Brooch for $60. They haven't paid yet, but, you know, they sent an offer and we accepted it, so they'll hopefully pay soon. And that is it for the things we sold this weekend so far. So that gives you a little bit of a glimpse of what it can look like. It can look like for us on a day when we've sold some things. We're going to do another video, so we'll see you very soon. I hope you're having a good time and that you're keeping well. Talk to you soon.